In our lesson for May the 24th, we continue our study of the book of Malachi, the final book in the Old Testament. We do some review to remember the things we talked about in last week's lesson. Malachi is one of the minor prophets of the Old Testament. Malachi is one of the post-exilic prophets. In other words, he prophesied after the exile period when the children of Israel began to return home after 536, and sometime between 536 and 400 BC is the time of his prophecy. We pointed out that he not only displays the characteristics of a prophet, but also the characteristics of a priest and a scribe, as he carefully unfolds his message in these carefully structured arguments. He makes a statement, and then there's a protest, and then he responds to the protest, which leads to another statement, and we see these arguments unfold all the way through the book. He's addressing one simple subject. The whole book is addressing one simple subject, and that is, why are things the way they are in the land? Why are things not better? Why is God not blessing us? Why are we not more successful? Why are our crops not more productive? And so there is this kind of malaise that has fallen across the land, and the people say, we want to know why this is happening. And Malachi answers that with this book we know as the book of Malachi. And basically he points out to them one after another of the things they have done that have brought about the condition in the land. He started in last week's lesson by saying they have a distorted understanding of God. They don't recognize that, they don't accept the fact that He loves them, and don't recognize the fact that He has authority over them, and as a result of that, they dishonor God. They have a faulty understanding of worship. Instead of understanding that worship is a way for them to demonstrate their love for God, they are lackadaisical, they are indifferent about worship, they bring polluted sacrifices to God, and that's the reason things are like they are in the land. Now, he's going to give a third answer in the lesson for this week. Why are things the way they are in the land? He's going to say, it's because of what you have done in the family. It's because of what you have done to marriage. And that's the subject of this week's lesson. Now, as a pastor, I have had the opportunity to share in the marriage ceremony, the marriage plans of many, many couples, not just young couples, but old couples as well. And many times the couple sits in front of me with stars in their eyes, thinking about what a wonderful time is ahead for them. And then on many occasions, I will sit with that same couple or one of those individuals and see the stars in their eyes turn to something completely different, where they are sharing with me about the disintegration of their marriage. What we experience today, Malachi also experienced in his day. And in our lesson, he says to the people, part of the reason why things are the way they are in the land is because of what you have done within the family. And he points out two particular issues in marriage that are creating the problems in the land. The first one, if you'll notice on the outline, is what I refer to as interfaith marriages. He says in chapter 2, verse 11, Judah has broken faith. A detestable thing has been committed in Israel and Jerusalem. Judah has desecrated the sanctuary the Lord loves by marrying the daughter of a foreign god. This is what I'm calling interfaith marriages. The Hebrew people, the exiles who had returned, are beginning to intermarry with the pagans who live in the land, and when that happens, they inevitably are drawn into the worship of those pagan gods along with their spouse. And Malachi says this is one of the reasons why things are the way they are in the land.